We do have a major sport going on right now. It is the NBA Finals. The Knicks lead 3-1 over the San Antonio Spurs. So, I mean, let's start with Jason. What did you think of the last game we just saw? Was a massive comeback for the Knicks over the Spurs and made the Cavs blowing Game 1 against the Knicks look, like a distant memory, something we're not thinking
Hey,
about.
never forget.
But
Never
but
forget.
but what were your thoughts on that? I mean, greatest comeback of all
It's
time in the NBA Finals?
it's up there. Definitely up there. I mean, no, sorry. It's the second greatest. Like, what are
Yeah,
we
come
talking
on.
about?
Come on.
2016 James 3-1? Come on now. Never. But what I will say, it was very impressive. I think a lot of it has to do with the inexperience of the Spurs. Um, Even one of their more experienced players, De'Aaron Fox, didn't really handle the ball too well at the end of
What
that
was he
game. I
doing?
mean, kind of just fumbled the bag
Big
completely.
time.
Um, like there's a play where he gets the turnover. Even holding the ball and not scoring there and wasting time would have saved them the game.
They,
He
they would have
instead went
won.
for the layup.
Yep.
They would have won. They would have won the
They
game.
would have won.
Instead, he went for the layup and missed. Was he fouled?
Yes,
Maybe, but
he
they're not going to call that.
100% was fouled. But
Yeah, but
they did
he
not
was
call.
it
Maybe.
I
was
know.
a
I
soft
understand.
foul. It's a
I
good no
understand why
call.
they're not calling it
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
that
it's a good no
situation.
call.
But he was fouled.
Like, what are you?
For those that didn't
Like, what?
watch, they get a steal. De'Aaron Fox, point guard for the Spurs. No, it wasn't a steal, it was a block. Wemby blocks a shot. De'Aaron
Mhm.
Fox out on a fast break. 15 seconds left. He pulls the ball out to the corner or just tries to dribble out the clock and wait for them to foul. They probably win that game. But instead, he goes in for a layup. Does he get fouled? Maybe, maybe not. But OG Anunoby comes up, blocks his shot. Knicks go back the other way, end up winning the game. So I mean,
Not
massive,
okay.
massive fumble by
Not
the Spurs. Go ahead,
only
Jerry.
not only did the Knicks come back and win the game, that putback tip in by OG Anunoby was
Insane.
insane.
You're gonna have to
How
give OG a
did he
max
how
contract
did he
after this
get
year.
that high?
I
One,
don't.
two.
Yeah.
How did the Spurs not cover the inbound there and box out the guy that's inbounding the ball there?
Guess whose man it was?
Who's?
De'Aaron Fox's. Okay, it was
Mm,
De'Aaron
Dude, he
Fox.
sold. He sold that
So
entire fourth quarter.
so De'Aaron Fox is guarding OG, goes for the double team on Brunson. Instead of going back to his man and boxing him out, he's just staring there looking at the ball in the sky. Like, come on now. Like he's a veteran. He's too old to be doing this, like in the NBA.
yeah.
Like it's a shame. It's a shame.
It's also kind of a double-edged sword with having a guy like Wemby who's 7'4".
So
He's a
good.
guy that
Yeah.
can cover the perimeter and make Jalen Brunson's shot hard, right? But you have
Mhm.
four
Yep.
smaller players on the court who aren't able to box out quite as effective as a taller guy would. Like Wemby, if he's standing in the paint, he gets that rebound. But if he's not covering Brunson, if he's not making his shot difficult, does Brunson just make the shot? So it's a double-edged sword, kind of give and take on that.
At the end of the day, De'Aaron Fox is too good a player to play the way he did down the stretch. And the most disappointing fact is he's my go-to point guard in 2K.
Speed kills. Speed kills.
I don't. Yeah, I just pick and roll with him all day. It's too easy. But
Yeah.
no,
Mhm.
it's he was very bad in that second half, mainly the fourth quarter. Um, and it's really
To be
disappointing
fair,
for his. God, to be fair,
I
To
do
be
not think.
fair.
To be fair, I do not think he's fully healthy. From
okay,
his last injury. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but like
but a
he
lot of that
dribbled
was
it off his
mental. A lot of that
foot.
was mental. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he turned it over like 3 times. Um, I mean, he just and then just not making the right play, the smart play.
Mhm.
Right.
So it was disappointing if you're a Spurs fan. I actually going into the series was a Knicks fan. A Knicks fan's strong word. Rooting for the Knicks, I should say, because they beat the Cavs. They don't have the same sort of long opportunity that the Spurs have. So I was really like, the Knicks probably have now and maybe next year, and then their window is closing. Whereas the Spurs are going to be around for the next, I don't know, 15 years, probably not quite 15, but for a while.
I
Uh,
don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
yeah,
They can keep
maybe
Wemby.
Hey, they were
If they
around
can
for
keep
15
Wemby for
years
15
last
years.
time.
that's
So
true.
Yeah.
That's true. And what's really I actually it frustrates me that the Spurs have like how can you acquire that much good young talent? You're going to be good forever. It drives me nuts. Whatever.
Mhm.
That was my opinion until yesterday when I saw a clip of someone literally egging Victor Wembanyama, a Knicks fan, hitting him in the head with an egg. What the heck is up with that? They're literally assaulting people in the streets. It's complete BS. So now I'm rooting for the Spurs to pull a 2016 Cavs.
Yeah, New York fans aren't pretty. It's as much like Philadelphia fans. It's
Yeah.
nothing good is
Yeah.
happening.
I
Nothing
will
good.
say,
If they win, if they lose, everything's still getting burnt down.
yeah, no, they're
It's all
scumbags.
coming down.
It's just
I will say the Spurs do have an advantage that the Cavs did not have. They have 2 home games here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big advantage to pull that 3-1 comeback. So we'll see.
Yeah, you
We'll
gotta
see if they can do it.
Yeah, you gotta just win one game on the road and take care of your business at home and you win.
Granted, they did drop games 1 and 2. Or no, sorry, they dropped game 1.
And 2.
No, they did go down 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
their only win was kind of a controversial win in game 3. So yeah. So talking a little bit more about the Knicks, I think we would be remiss not to talk about the run that Jalen Brunson is on. OG Anunoby, obviously, incredible tip. Actually, he's having an incredible playoff run as well that started the last 2 games of the Atlanta series. But Jalen Brunson, probably a little bit of a clickbaity, thought right here, but is he the most clutch player of all time? And here's my stats to back it up. He's averaged 1.47 points per minute in the clutch on 63.5% true shooting. In the clutch is, what is it, final 3 or final 5 minutes with a game within 5 points?
It's 5. I think it's 5.
Final 5 minutes, game within 5 points. He is 1.4, almost 1.5 points a minute on 63%, over 63% true shooting. By the way, the next closest was SGA, who was at 0.9 points per minute. So, I mean, we're talking about legendary status. This is in the same vein as the Dirk Nowitzki, his finals run with the Mavericks when they took down the Heat. This is the same as Michael Jordan. This is the same as some of the LeBron. Actually, it's really higher than most of these. So where do you put him as far as, his clutch ability and all time in his clutch shot making? Start with you, Jerry. What do you think?
I don't want to answer it until they win the title. Series isn't over yet. 3-1. Anything can happen,
That's a cop out.
It is a cop
I'm
out.
just
I
kidding.
also freaking hate the Knicks. I hate Jalen Brunson, what they freaking did to the Cavs this year. But yeah, he is having an incredible run. Kind of reminds me of what the Pacers did last year with Halliburton and how insane they were last year getting to the finals, and putting it to 7 against the Thunder. But yeah, if they can close this out and win the series, even if they win it in 7, they're nowhere without Jalen Brunson. He has just been insane. As far as like an all-time ranking, it's tough to say when you're putting him up against like LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. But I think time will tell. He's still got a lot left in him. So we'll see what happens.
It was so funny. Game 1, Cavs, Knicks. I'm like, Jalen Brunson hasn't done anything. Like
game 1, he did
he's-
absolutely nothing. He was terrible in game 1. For the first 3 quarters, first 3.5
Yeah,
quarters.
and then
and then boom,
scores 17 straight points. I just like, how does that even happen? I don't understand that. Jason, your thoughts on Jalen Brunson? At least, maybe all time isn't the right way to view him, because it is difficult to start putting all time labels on people while they're still playing when you're comparing to people who had full careers. So how about most clutch in the NBA right now? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so timeout. We're going to take it to the YouTube chat messages. We have
True.
Amanda and Shiny Magic Carp congratulating you two on your marriages. And we definitely want to congratulate you guys for what is going to be this weekend on Saturday. You guys getting married as well.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see it.
Yes, we
It's
can't wait.
about damn
Congratulations, guys.
time.
It is. It is.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, y'all.
We're very excited for you guys. Very excited to have a
Very
good
excited.
time.
Can't wait to join you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now back to the NBA.
Yeah.
news.
Back to the regularly scheduled program.
So yeah, I think I mean for this year, honestly, like I might have to put it still top two and not number one.
Yeah.
I think Donovan Mitchell was playing out of his main
Mhm.
most of the playoffs, and I think was not getting much help. So from what I've seen in the playoffs so far, I might have to put Donovan Mitchell up there. Um, maybe that's a little homer. It's probably a lot of homer.
That's a lot of homer.
It's probably a lot of homer. Okay, I'm sorry.
That was a
We'll give it
lot
to
of
I just
homer.
when you
Right,
watch
we'll
that
give it
game
number
one,
one.
and he's literally just
We'll give it number
taking the team James Harden
Yeah,
to town every play. Now again, is that Jalen Brunson being incredible? Yes, but is it also Kenny Atkinson being
James
an
Harden
idiot? Like that,
and
but
putting
part
James
of it's
Hey,
Harden
that.
on
analytically,
Jalen
we won
Brunson.
that game.
Analytically,
Analytically, we were up 2-0.
And in truth, analytically, we've been doing this podcast for the last 764 days.
That's right.
So
right.
If you think about
if you really, yeah.
Kenny
For
Atkinson,
those that
if you're watching this, feel free to come on and talk about your shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
And we can
For anyone
talk
that-
about all the analytics you want.
exactly. For
I
anyone that
thought he was
doesn't
gonna
know,
crash out.
for anyone that doesn't know, Kenny Atkinson, after we were down, what was it, 0-2 or 0-3? He was interviewed and said, analytically, we've won 2 games.
Yeah, it's when we
and
went
we
down
got
0-3.
swept. 0-3, yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
you're
said
like, what do you-
analytically, it's 2-1 right now.
yeah, it's like what? That's not. That's the head coach of the Cavs. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You lost 3 games straight. It just
This was
Whatever.
after his comments about holding his timeouts too.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Just by the way, this guy's coming back for another year. They said, "Yep, looks good. Let's bring him back."
He said we would like some more, please.
You know, it's
Yeah,
probably
ridiculous.
a good thing we weren't doing the show during that series because we might have gotten
Banned.
flagged on the internet.
YouTube banned on that one. You can ask my wife. I was literally losing my mind during the Pistons series, let alone the Knicks series. I was like standing in the living room, punching pillows. The dog wouldn't be in the same room as me. It was pretty bad. So
Yeah, you didn't even watch Game 7 of the Pistons series because
I did not. I couldn't.
take
I have
it.
hypertension, boys. I have blood pressure problems and heart issues. I'm not gonna die because I'm watching the dang Cavaliers be dumb. And by the way, I didn't watch, and what happened? We win by
won.
50.
And you watched
maybe I
all
gotta
4
just-
Knicks games and we got swept. So there you go.
So there's. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what, Kenny?
Yeah.
You're off the hook.
It's your fault.
Analytically, it was my
It's
fault.
Ryan's fault.
It's my fault analytically that the Cavs were swept in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
If you
Anyway.
think about it.
wrapping up, any final thoughts on this series? Who do you guys got? Do you think that the Spurs can make a comeback, or do you think it's they're going to close it out here in San Antonio, MSG, or San Antonio in 7? Jason, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's going 7 games still. I mean,
7.
they've.
Okay.
I think it's still going to go 7. I think the Knicks win. They every time that they've lost, they've been up by a lot of points at half, right? So eventually, you think you could figure out how to stop the downfall of the halftime shenanigans, but we'll see if it plays out that way.
Jerry?
I've got them in 5. I think they win Saturday night in San Antonio. Much like the Cavs, it's hard to bounce back from a defeat like that when you're up by 29. It's hard to come back from something like that, especially against a team like the Knicks. So I got them in 5.
I think 6. I think San Antonio will get a win at home. I think I actually think they're going to win pretty handily. I think they're going to win like double digit, get a little confidence, and then the Knicks are just going to roll them in Game 7, and New York City is going to burn to the ground. So should be fun to watch. But I'm hoping the Spurs can make it to 7 or win it. That'd be awesome. But I don't see it happening.